the journey to kingship is not linear. It's cyclical. There are seasons where the king retreats into silence, into reflection, into the unknown. These are the winters of the soul, when external action slows and inner growth deepens. The immature man resists these periods. He fears stillness. He panics without movement. But the king knows that life moves in rhythms, that stillness is. In these quiet seasons, the king receives vision. He doesn't chase meaning, he listens for it. He watches for signs. He tunes in to the deeper intelligence moving through life. He does not force his will against reality. He collaborates with it. He becomes a servant of the divine order. This is why ancient kings were often priest kings. They were not only rulers of the land, they were mediators between the visible and invisible worlds. The king archetype, in its fullness, requires spiritual attunement. It is not enough to be powerful. You must also be wise. Not enough to be strategic. You must also be aligned. Power without spiritual grounding becomes tyranny. Wisdom without courage becomes passivity. The king must unite both. To cultivate the king within, you must begin with self-awareness. You must know your wounds, your patterns, your fears. What drives you? What are you running from? What part of you still feels unworthy of the throne? The king does not pretend these parts don't exist. He summons them into his court. He listens to them. He integrates them. He also keeps watch over his kingdom. In practical terms, this means surveying the landscape of your life, your finances, your health, your relationships, your environment. Is there disorder, neglect, dysfunction? The king does not ignore problems. He faces them with resolve. He makes the hard decisions not impulsively, but with foresight. He knows that every decision echoes beyond the moment. The king cultivates inner spaciousness. He is not crowded by distractions or addictions. He creates mental and emotional room to think clearly, to see widely, to hold opposing truths. He is not reactive. He does not get pulled into petty drama or emotional storms. He watches, he discerns, he chooses wisely. To implement this, begin by examining your inner court. Who are the voices in your head? Are they wise elders or frightened children? Do they uplift or undermine you? The king assembles an inner council of strength, wisdom, and compassion. He exiles the saboteurs and false flatterers. He replaces them with guardians of truth. Externally, he does the same. He curates his relationships. He surrounds himself with people of integrity, vision, and strength. He protects his energy. He does not cast his pearls before swine. He builds alliances, he honors trust, he rewards loyalty, and he cuts ties with those who bring destruction. The king also understands the power of ritual. He honors beginnings and endings, he marks transitions, he gives meaning to the ordinary. This could be as simple as lighting a candle in the morning, walking in silence, journaling at night, blessing your food, or speaking intentions over your day. Ritual is not about superstition, it is about presence. It anchors the king in the sacred. He's also a master of boundaries. He does not overextend. He is generous, but not at the cost of his own center. He gives from a full cup. He knows when to say no, and he says it with grace. He is not manipulated by guilt. He does not perform to be liked. He does what is right, not what is easy. The king also masters time. He is not a slave to the clock, nor is he lost in vague ambition. He understands priority. He aligns his schedule with his mission. He uses time as a tool, not a tyrant. He creates rhythms, daily, weekly, seasonal, that bring order and clarity. He does not live in reaction. He leads his life with intention. He also learns from history. The king studies what came before, his own past, his family line, his cultural roots. He understands that to lead forward, he must know where he stands. He sees patterns. He breaks generational cycles. He carries forward what is noble and lays to rest what is destructive. He heals backwards and builds forward. In moments of challenge, the king holds the center. When others panic, he breathes. When things fall apart, he rebuilds. When blame circulates, he takes responsibility. Not for everything, but for his part. He's not afraid to apologize. He's not afraid to lead. He is not afraid to stand alone. This is what separates the king from the boy. The boy seeks validation. The king offers it. The boy runs from discomfort. The king moves through it. The boy wants to be taken care of. The king becomes the caretaker. And this does not make him rigid or joyless. It makes him radiant. For the king is not without joy. In fact, he brings joy. Not fleeting pleasure, but deep gladness. The king enjoys beauty, music, food, love. He creates feasts. He celebrates life, but he does not indulge to escape. He enjoys to affirm. His joy is rooted in meaning. It blesses the moment. And when it is time to die, the king does not cling. He hands over the crown with dignity. He prepares the next generation. He lets go with grace. For the true king knows the throne is never truly his. He is only its steward for a time, and he will be judged not by how long he ruled, but by how well he ruled.